Dear students, it is the video 4th, week 8th. In the previous video, we were talking about the audience analysis and some of the demographic and important traits of the audience analysis that must be minded while writing your report. In this video, we are going to cover some special stylistic issues in technical and business writing. Well, stylistic issues regards to your expression, format and structure of your speech, discussion, report, message, or any electronic message. Fine. That in simple that is called style. Style basically includes the way one person speaks, his selection of words, choice of topic, selection of words, structure of sentences, logic, reasoning, figurative language, tone, typography. That is all called style, and that matters a lot. That for every department, for every subject matter, we need a different appearance, different set of words, sentences, structures, information, logic, reasoning. That all includes style. Let's, for example, if there is a lawyer speaking in a court, okay, his appearance, fine, his language, subject matter, manner of attracting to the others, listening, filing, drafting, that is all called style. Whereas when you see a computer professional, he appears entirely different. He is holding a laptop and he is using keyboard, fine, he is writing different kind of figures and symbols, fine, he speaks in a different terms. That is called the style. Fine. So every communication and every piece of writing has its own stylistics. So poetry is written in a different style because its language, words, sentences, paragraphs, everything is different. Whereas a commercial report is written different. A commercial television commercial, a script, drama, story, all are different. Whereas a political debate is different. Whereas the people belonging to our religious sects, they speak and express in a different manner. Clear? How you find out, for example, the way your teachers of social studies, for example, Sir Ehsan or other is speaking, and Dr. Munir Saab speaking, both are different because the subject matter of Sir Ehsan is different, his language is different, his communication style is different, logic, reason, that all are similar, different, both are not similar. That is called style. Fine. Let's read. To become an effective technical stylist, you must understand some of the key governing conventions. A few stylistic issues emerge as worthy of special attention here, especially since the professors can be particularly sensitive to them. Fine. For example, they have used here style, important to understand, in some cases debunk some soft, often repeated rules of the professional communications. Fine. What are the major rules? Let's read it. Eliminating contractions. Well, the word contractions are called the short forms of the words. Normally, they are the words used in our day-to-day conversation, conversational English. For example, int, want, chant, fine. These words are very common used in our speaking. Whereas in scientific professional writing, we are not allowed to use contractions because contractions give an informal tone. Number one. Number two, we may conceive many other words rather than one word. Fine, because they are designed by putting apostrophe. So let's read this all. Eliminating contractions. Contractions in which an apostrophe is used to contract two words into one by joining parts of them are considered to be informal conversational expressions. Informal writing that you do for your classes or as you submit formal work for an editor's or superior's perusal, perusal, you simply do not have the option of using contractions unless you are quoting something that contains contractions. Clear? If you use contractions in formal writing, you may appear sloppy and unprofessional. The safest idea is to avoid them entirely. If you avoid contractions, you will discover that your writing becomes more empathetic and leans towards active voice. So the benefits are multiple. You got this? That you become empathic mean more logical and reasoning and appealing for the scientific writing. Remember in technical writing apostrophes contracting two words. For example, it is they have who. These are the contracts. Signal that the two words can and should be written out separately. It means this that the contractions often use informality, less seriousness, and they are not welcomed in technical and scientific writing. Next is curbing feelings and personifications. It means that in scientific writings, feelings and personification is not allowed. They are banned because science and engineering focus on facts, objectivity, sound facts, and we cannot express our certain own subjective clear. So the words feel and prefers and this and that are not allowed because this gives it smells subjectivity, it smells personal approach and biasness and personal approach are killing to the science. Let's see it. Curbing feelings and personification. Of course, scientists and engineers have feelings, but use of word feelings or the verb feel in the technical writing is often leads the writer into trouble. Phrases such as I feel. Clear? We feel that this conclusion is correct can draw large frown from your reader. Feel has emotional connotations and feelings are not relevant part of the rational conclusions in your writing. Fine. Hope you have understood this very simple concept. Choosing gender neutral language. Choosing a gender neutral language is very important. The obsessive use of I, you, she, he, they are called bias expressions. Whereas science doesn't prefers to highlight the biasness or likeliness for someone. They need to treat the people at equal level and they want you more involved into the scientific subject matters, into the subject matter rather than the subject. Clear? So, these are one of the drawbacks for the scientific writers. Let's read. From a stylistic point of view, one must think about the needs for the writers choose gender neutral language and what points can be by simply being more specific or creative about word choice like he means. You can use the word he means rather he or she. Rather than using someone, you can use we or they. Fine. Rather using he and she, you also can use the some positive words. Clear? Here are an example. The consumer himself has the power to reduce the fuel costs. The consumer himself. This consumer himself is used for, clear? And here they have used consumer have power to reduce fuel costs by setting their residential thermostat 2 degree higher in the summer and 2 degree lower in the winter. They save energy. Hope by reading all these points you can understand well how to use the unbiased language and expressions. Thank you.